Hi, I'm Dan from Custom Carts. Today we'll be installing a rear seat kit on our 2005 Club Car DS. Now what we need to do is get ready for the seat kit by removing the original seat back, the rear roof supports, the sweater basket, the bag holder, and the old seat frame. I'm going to start by removing our original seat back. Now I'm going to start by removing the seat back by removing the 7/16 bolts that hold the seat back onto the seat back retainer. I'm just using a 6-inch extension with a universal with a 7/16 socket. Now that the seat back has been removed, next what we need to do is remove the left and right roof support. It's 7/16 with a 7/16 nut for hardware top and bottom. I'm just going to remove that now. So take out the other side. Now, not to worry, the front supports will hold the weight of the roof. So you don't have to worry about it cracking or breaking off or anything like that. Now that we have the roof supports and everything disconnected, the last thing to do is remove the sweater basket and the bag assembly. Now what we need to do that is remove the seat bottom, and remove. There's a carriage bolt with a 1/2-inch nylock nut on it that needs to be removed, and there's 2 1/2-inch bolts on each side, left and right, that need to be removed to have this assembly come off. I'm just going to do that now. So that's the last of the remaining hardware. Just have to take the sweater basket off. Now that we have all the hardware removed, what we're going to do for our first step is install the foot plate and the vertical support brackets. Now, a good thing to remember is that the vertical support bracket goes underneath your foot plate, and we'll show you close up. Using a washer and our stainless steel hardware from our first bag in our kit. I'm just going to set that in. And again, vertical bracket goes underneath your foot plate. So now that we have the rear foot plate and the vertical support brackets installed loosely, I can get the main seat frame and set it on top of the cart. I'm just going to do that now. Now it is important that the rear vertical support brackets go on the inside of the lower cross member on the seat frame itself. We'll be using the hardware from the second bag in our kit to bolt the vertical support bracket to the seat frame assembly. I'm just going to do that. Now, after installing the rear seat frame, what we need to do now is install the A-frame, which will support our backrest in our seat kit. Now you'll be reusing the original hardware that we removed originally, so we'll be using that. So to bolt the rear backrest bracket to the seat frame itself, we'll be using the hardware at a bag 3 and the original nylock nuts that we took off the carriage bolts. What we're going to do is pop those through and tighten it up, and that'll support the front and back movement of our seat frame assembly. So a good tip to remember, while your seat frames are kind of loose, We'll install our seat back on right now, just so that it doesn't bind when we try to install it later. Now we'll be reusing the original hardware we took out of this in the back of the seat. All I have to do now is tighten this seat bracket and the front frame assembly. The next step after that is we have to tighten up the rear bracket bolts and our front bracket bolts. The next step after this is we have to reinstall our rear roof supports, install them on the back of our seat bracket, and we can install our back seat cushion. So I'm going to do that now, left side, and then same thing for the right side. I'm just installing the lower bolts for the roof supports. Now you'll just reuse the original hardware. You might have to double up on your washers, but you do reuse your original hardware. Now to install the upper back cushion, we'll be using the two brackets that are supplied in the kit and the 10mm hardware that comes in bag 6. I'm just going to make sure I have both studs going the same way, and I'm going to use the hardware and install that. Now that I have both brackets mounted, I can just flip the cushion around and install it into the seat. Now we'll be using the two small washers and the two 10mm bolts with nylock. We'll be threading the backrests on to support our rear cushion. Now that we have the seat back and everything installed and everything loose, we can install our safety handles on the left and right side, and then we can put our cushion on, and this project will be done. So I'm just going to go through and tighten up everything now. Now it's either a Phillips carriage style bolt and a 17mm lock nut, or a 17mm bolt with 17mm lock nut. So I'm just going to go through and securely fasten everything and tighten it all up. So the final step in our rear seat install is to install our cushion onto the flip part of our seat. I'm going to do that by lining the seat up on the flip part of the seat. There's a metal flange that'll help balance the seat, and all I'm going to do is line it up left and right side with equal spacing, and with our stainless steel hardware. Now one screw in the center will support it. We're just going to put our screws in the rest of the holes. Support it from underneath and just send them home. Now that our cushion is tight, I just have to install the front cushion and our install is complete. Well, that's it for our install on our rear seat. Feel free to check us out online for all the safety products such as the safety grab bar and seat belts for the rear seat. I hope this instruction video helps.